Okay. Now, I hear footsteps again, but I do want to sleep, and I think here's as good a place as any to get a night's rest. We need to get down there as well. So I'm going to go back in this direction, and then we'll camp, and then we'll go along the ledge. But essentially, once you get to this point in, I want to say Aidyn, but once you get to this point in the trail, when you see it start taking that sharp turn past that sand pit, you want to go off the trail here to get to Terminor and go to that stone bridge. We just got jumped by something? Darkened bats. Yuck. That leads to Terminor. You don't want to go towards the bog, you'll just get lost. Unless you know the place pretty well like I do. Ugh, big stretch. Sitting a long time makes you have to move around a bit to get your back sorted out. I don't care about any of these. Let's just use Keelan to cast a Dragon Flames. Maybe she's better now that it isn't the full moon. Indeed, she is. Look at that. Or not the full moon, but the quarter moon. I'm not sure what the scientific terms for those are. The two different quarter moons that happen. All right, another 4 out there. Let's get her over and cast a Dragon Flames. I said cast a Dragon Flames. She can't reach. All right. Well, a little bit closer then. There we go. These are just giant bats over here. And we are definitely going to be burning through reagents much quicker than we used to with 2 mages. But we'll just have to stock up once we get there. Those were pretty pathetic damage values though, Keelan, on the last 2, I gotta say. We'll make a wizard out of you yet. You're just not quite on our level. I could probably get a stupidity off here. We probably have the range for it. We have a range for 2 of them. I think that's worth it. Get rid of that darkened bat. The giant bat. Let's try and get the last one subbed in. He's fleeing, that's fine. And that one will probably bug out too. There we go. That's it. Lots more XP. We're up to 52,000 now. I'm more comfortable now that we've been fighting more things. I think I can actually train Dragon Flames up to level 7 because we have some surplus XP now. Keelan, again, your warrior is going to need to come up before we do anything else. Even though I know we're not using bows that much anymore, but I think it's a worthy investment. I wish I could get it to 8, but that's just wishful thinking. Abrecan, your sword is ready to be trained, yes? Yes. Now is the time. And shield is up next. Giant bat hides and darkened bat hides. Oh my. I'm gonna get a camp here, I think, just to forward time a tad. It is the 19th of the late summer season. Go ahead and grab a night of sleep. What time of day is it? Early morning. Sweet. That's perfectly reasonable. It gives us the full day. And I already know I've been recording for way too long, but I'm just having so much fun. I'll split it into 2 videos. Not a big deal. Really happy to be over here, I guess. I'm just going to go around here, and hopefully there'll be access down to the sea from here. Yeah, I think there is, in fact. Yeah. Also happen to know that there's The Ring of Healing is down this way. I know that for a fact, but I don't really recall where the Terminor mail was. It might be further along. I think it is. But we will get the Ring of Healing. It's a good item. I hear something walking around. Ah, Chaos Trooper. Alright. Crabs down by the ocean. And 2 lizard men. We haven't seen lizard men yet. With their javelins. Now, these are actually supposed to be one of the races of creatures in Aidyn. And I think they have a unique item. I'm not entirely certain of this, but I'm going to drop a quick save here, so that we can take advantage of them if they do. We probably don't even need to fight them. They're probably not smart enough to have the things we want. But in case they are, we will just go ahead and stupefy them. And he actually resists the spell. Well, good on you, sir. Let's get rid of the Stormer. Wow, they must have some tough resistances. Alright, you guys. Block it. Yeah, not quite. Well, I mean, it was only 1 damage, so we must have some kick-ass armor. Yikes. 9. It's not good. Alright, Keelan. How about shoot him in the side? Very good defense on these guys. They do have a unique item. It's the turtle shell shield, so we're going to capitalize on that for certain. Lizard Man Sergeant. These aren't even the weaker of the lizard men. Don't hit him. There we go. Keelan, hit him again. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Beacon. Very good armor class on these guys. There we go. And a funny death animation. He's coming over. No, not that one. Damn it. That's okay. Abrecan. Beacon. From behind, if you would, please. Now we drop the quick save. Aileron can finish this. There we go. See if we can get their item that they have. Aileron has gained a level. That's good. Not really worried about anything else right now for training. We got a poleaxe out of it. Well, that's not really good enough and not what I'm looking for. That's their melee weapon that if they switch to, they would be using against us, so. Ah, there we go. Alright. Turtle Shell Shield. We don't have one of these yet. Protection of 3, a defense of 5, and a dexterity of -4, stealth of 0. Certainly not anything to really be that excited over at this point in the game, but it is another item that we do not yet possess, so I'm glad that we have that out of the way, and I don't have to go searching for it. Let us continue on our merry way. Hey, there's a chest over here. Mind if I do? What's in it? 300 gold. That is fine by me. It's not the chest we're looking for. Let's go up the river. Hey, another cutscene. Alright. I like this. Drop a quick save. How would you like to travel to the desert? How would you get there? Through Terminor? Through Terminal. I'd rather give my armor to the trolls. I hear it's an awful place. It's the most miserable city in all the plain. And they won't be happy to see Gwernians, I can tell you that. We might learn something, though. About what? Sarcasm? Contempt? Maybe about the Queen. You know about her? I know she was beautiful. She was. I remember her from my childhood. That's where all Phelan's troubles began. Over Bodacia? Not over her, but surrounding her. When she died, there were a lot of bad feelings. Things were said. The Terminor royals have nothing but suspicion where we're concerned. It's still the shortest route. I'll leave it to you. And maybe we can impress them favorably. I'm not saying we can't. I've just heard so many stories. I'll leave it to you. Alright, well, there was one more dialogue option, so we'll explore that. Radwa said there was one like me there. He was a great wizard, but you can't fight all your battles that way. What way? Magic. There are many ways to fight. Yes, some more honorable than the others. Alright, cool. Quick save over this. Do you think we can stop Rabasat with our swords? The quest or the spell book, you must choose. Why can't I choose both? They don't fit together. One path leads to service, the other to books, enchantments, and treachery. Let them help us if they can. But remember, these wizards do what's best for themselves, time and time again. How can you say that? I won't go on criticizing the wizards. There's no reason to if we're headed for Terminor. You'll learn all you need to there about the limits of magic, and about a few other things as well. Spells can be powerful. They're unreliable. The wizards change their loyalties with the wind. Did you ever hear of this in a night? What do you know about Pome? It's a mining town, but a beautiful city. All the streets are laid in circles, and everyone knows everyone else there. In Pome, a knight is treated like a king. There are hundreds of children, and the markets are also the finest. And there's a great library with many thousands of books. The miners built it themselves over the last 50 or 60 years. Perhaps you can find more of these answers there. Yes, it might be worth a look. We can get supplies in Terminor, and then travel on to Pome. And then the desert. That's the plan. So, that's cool to know. Pome is a place in the game that we've heard of, like, once before, and it's not a place we can actually go in the game, oddly enough. It's talked about, we never ever reach it. And you may find out why a little bit later. I don't even know if that's really the reason why, or whether it was just out of the way, or whether the developers literally just kind of cut it for time or forgot to put it in, but it never turned up, which is a shame. I would have liked to have seen that and seen what quests go along with it as kind of an interim between Terminor and Ugarit, but sadly that is not the case. Although I do think I am going to choose differently for that line of dialogue. Alright. So now that that's said and that's taken care of with Abrecan, it's great that we're having all this interaction. They're just really throwing it at us now. I'm liking this section quite a lot. Let's see if we can't find the Ring of Healing. And I think I'm misremembering where the Terminor mail even is anyway. We'll have to see about that. There's a Minotaur. Just one. Alright, well, we know how to deal with you. Good old stupidity, our go-to on everything. Not even worth trifling over, just a bit of gold. Hey. What? We got jumped by trolls immediately. Alright, well. No. I'm not gonna go near him. We're gonna stupidity on all of these. That's what we're gonna do with them. And I know it's cheesy, but regardless, I name you trolls. And if you resist, I will get you next time. My uglies. They've kind of got silly little helmets on that look like they're like a, I don't know, an urn or something flipped upside down with a hole cut in the center of it, but they did resist. Yikes, I don't like them being that close to Keelan and Abrecan, who are He's resisting the spell. He won't. Okay, so we got him. He won't be moving anymore. This one's coming at us. In fact, let's go examine the wildlife. Yeah, I see they got like a little strap and dumb-looking helmets. I don't even know what that would be, but big jaws with an overbite. Abrecan, let's get back to Aileron's turn, please. Come on, third time's a charm. You're really putting that willpower to use. He's running, though. But we don't like trolls, so... back under the bridge. We are literally under the bridge right now, so that explains why we're seeing them. But you made a terrible mistake. He is choosing to fight. Ow, my god! That's a lot of damage. Okay, let's not, don't miss. There we go. And that's what I mean by pack a punch. That's why I don't like getting near those things. Lots of XP for engaging them, though. Quite like that. Do we have enough for, another rank and shield yet on Abrecan? Not quite, but getting there. Beacon, Aileron, I know that we probably have quite a lot of XP saved up and all that jazz. Oh, what do we begin to do? That's the question, isn't it? Funnily enough, and this is going to come completely out of left wing, I think, but you'll understand in time. I really wouldn't mind his health being higher. Stamina would be great to train as well, but I'm going to begin to train pole on Aileron because there are incoming, a very, very loud truck is incoming outside of me, outside of my room here. There are incoming a lot of good staves in the game, finally, after long last, that buff our wizard skill quite a bit, and our spell battery and all that jazz, and give us spells for free. It's time to start training up pole, and we're going to want to get it to like a respectable level, just so we're able to use it in battle effectively. I'm going to train it to 5 along with sword. That's perfectly reasonable for the time being. That's what we were at anyway. What's the great thing about staves in this game is you can use them with shields, which is great. And I mean, I'm not sure if that would be the most realistic thing in real life. Probably not. You'd use a staff in 2 hands, but if it's doable, we do it. Beacon, lots of stuff that we could be training on you. Thief would be a good one to train because it passively applies to everything, but then again, Hafted is so damn good as well. I'm going to train Hafted. And next we will do Shield. And then we'll do Thief last. We kind of do it in that order always anyway, so... Keelan, you do have 23,000 XP remaining, so what about Dragon Flames or Fireball? Almost do another rank in Fireball, and we probably will. But until then, let's quick save, and we have to heal ourselves of all these wounds that we've been taking. Where's Aileron's health? He took a huge hit there. That was disgusting. I don't like that Aileron can potentially die in 2 hits if it's 2 bad hits. So I almost want to begin raising his health a bit, at least his endurance, so he has minimum strength. Looks like another chest along the way. Is this the one we're looking for, though? Slightly dangerous. Crack it open, see what it is. This is what we were looking for, the Ring of Healing. So, okay, damage, 0. Protection, 0. Endurance, +5. Magic photosynthesis. I don't know whether magic is a thing that has to be cast from the ring, or whether it applies... the sound is really going crazy because of this water. I'm going to just take this ring and get out of this menu. In short, I don't know whether the thing applies to the characters passively, and whether the photosynthesis just kicks in. But I believe photosynthesis in this game is like the opposite of poison. It regenerates health. And I would think that that would apply passively, but maybe it doesn't. But Endurance plus 5 is crazy good this early. I'd almost want to put that on Aileron, but you know what? If we like it, we better put a ring on it. So let's put a ring on Keelan's hand. And yeah. There's a cave here as well. Dare we go inside the cave? I think we do, just for fun, to explore. I'm not going to come all the way down in here and not go in the cave. I don't even think there's much in here, per se, but I'll drop a quick save in here. It's just a small one. Maybe there's trolls? It would be a good place for trolls. It's branching this, so let's go this way first. Down here, it's a circle. Doesn't appear so. Oh, it goes up. Okay. I just want to know if there's anything neat in here. Can't get down that way. There's nothing. This cave surely can't be empty, though. Gotta be something in it. Even if it's just a pittance. I don't remember what's in it exactly, but I'm gonna go this way just to make sure that there wasn't like a chest at the bottom of this somewhere. No, nothing. Okay. Let's follow the water then. Go further inside. Or maybe go in that direction first. Nothing. Very unusual. Music's kinda cool. Is there literally nothing in here? That would be terrible. Hey, gemstones. Well, there wasn't nothing, but next to nothing. Let's restock. That's cool. Can we go into this cave? No. To the waterfall, I was about to say, but I guess not. That's all that's in here. Alright. Fair enough, let's get out of here. Good grief, I imagine this video is like going on 200 gigabytes at this point, but I'm just having too much fun. Way too much fun. I love exploring this area. Just the loot really goes up in tier at this point. I cannot complain about that. Kind of getting bummed out that we're not finding the Terminor mail, though. But we should move on. I don't think it's on this side. I think it's the other set of cliffs on the opposite side of Terminor that I'm thinking of. Where that is, so let's just go back up the ramp and go across the bridge. Nice to be by the sea again. So the only other option that I think that could potentially have the Terminor mail in is down here on this shore, and I don't know. I don't think so. Because I remember looking all over the place for it before, and it was not the case, so... Like I said, when you see the path fork, there's the path there. When you come up here, you have to get kind of on this level, and there's the stone bridge off in the distance. When you see that stone bridge, you cross that, that's the way to Terminor, so we're going to go back in that direction. I hear something walking around. Those appear to be giant scorpions. Do we want to fight them? You know what? More XP is better. Let's do it. Maybe we already fought these. I think we did. That's fine, though. Aileron, how about a fireball? Must be a respawning group that I'm not used to seeing. You can die. Almost. And you. And you. And get Keelan to shoot that one with the bow. Nice job. Pass the turn. And I just saw regen take effect there, didn't you? Because I did. I could have swore she just gained a hit point out of the blue. I'll have to check the recording, but if that's the case, then magic does indeed apply passively, which is fantastic. And that would explain why the Warfang doesn't have tap stamina available on it, because it's set to magic, oddly. And I don't know how to use that. I can only use darkness on it. Can't quite explain why that is. I would never want to use darkness, of course, because we are a solar character. So, something interesting about the spells I find, particularly the elemental spells, is how there's no ice magic in this game. There's no water magic at all. It's the one element that's not really represented very well. That large scorpion is booking it, and that's fine. Wish there was a bit more variety in that regard, because I mean, there is an ice spell, but it's under the it's star magic. Oddly enough, I would think that would be elemental, but it's not. Maybe they moved it over when they thought like there wasn't enough offensive spells in star magic, because literally, I think that and Web of Starlight might be the only two that are offensive. Bloody bats again. Ugh. Look at how many there are. It's disgusting. Aileron, how about, should I control them first? I think so. Because there are darkened bats among them, and I don't really want to cast Air Shield, so we might as well put Stupidity on all of them and then mop them up in a different way. Okay. So Keelan, now that you are at your leisure, you can go ahead and cast Dragon Flames on them all. $30 damage. So she's just not as good as at casting as we are, though I think she is one rank less in Wizard, if I'm not mistaken, though maybe it might be because of our items are raising our Wizard to 10. The Witch Ring and the Wizard Hat on us. Let's cast another our own Dragon Flames, we'll say. But it's nice that she has the Ring of Endurance, because out of all these characters, I think the other two are pretty fine on taking hits, but Keelan doesn't have a shield, so she's more vulnerable than the others in terms of physical damage, anyway. Sub in the other groups. That whole line just fled. Did you see that? That's amazing. I've never seen that happen before. They're like, nope, fuck that noise. See if we can get the others to do that. No, they actually subbed in. Well, if you insist. I don't want to do Dragon Flames, I'd rather do Stupidity. Yeah, that's much better. Like, Stupidity isn't a perfect method to deal with every single enemy, but it's gotta be like one of the best ways just to get out of combat as quickly as possible, because, jeez, taking down 4 enemies at once is just great. That makes it superior to things like Wall of Bone and single target CC spells in that regard, except except for when those spells are particularly targeted towards casters, because they don't really... Stupidity isn't often enough to drop the intelligence of a caster below a certain level, which is the threshold it needs. Are we up to 5 on Warrior yet? We aren't. That's going to be the thing we want to do on Keelan next. That's acceptable. That's about as good as I want to get it, in fact. And Abrecan, you are doing shield. Most certainly. And Beacon. Beacon, we were going to do shield as well on you. Should we? I think so, yeah. Lots of training to be done. These characters are really turning out really strong. I'm going to be unhappy if I ever have to get rid of any of them. And Alaron, we have some... We have XP stockpiled right now. What were we doing before, though? We were doing... Training what? Yeah, we were saving up for when we get to Terminor. Which is, at this rate, will be never, because we've been at this for, what, at least an hour or so, I think, maybe 2 hours. That's 1 o'clock in the afternoon my time, and I think I started about 11 o'clock. So,